I was listening to the last one, right? And when we were talking about just like mental growth and what it looks like to, I guess, like end a relationship or like adjust a relationship based off of like where you are when it comes to your mental health. I then started to realize that there were so many relationships that I think I grew out of
Mm,
over the past, however long my adult life has been.
yeah.
I could be responsible for those years. But like when I like started to dig deep, like I was looking at how I had to grow out of like family relationships,
Mm-hmm.
um, personal relationships, intimate relationships, and friendships, right? Like I think that's something I struggle with and always thinking that I was the bigger person, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
the one growing. Um, but it just I don't know, it brought so much to my attention about what it looks like to actually grow from somebody or grow out of a relationship. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Like it's I think what sucks is the idea of growing out of something sometimes like makes it seem like I said, you're the bigger person.
Yeah.
And I have not always been the bigger person.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
just not.
Because
I haven't always been healed. Like I don't know.
same. That I can relate to. Like, I think it's so easy to put this idea out that outgrowing means like you leave somebody behind, or like there is this like hierarchy to it of
Mhm.
like I grew and you didn't.
Mhm.
And that's like so not what it is. And sometimes like
Mhm.
you grow out of things because you're pushed out, and maybe it could have been toxicity, it could have been,
Mhm.
just however two people were relating to one another. And but then there's other times where you're like, yeah, I outgrew myself in this, and so I gotta go as well. But I really feel you when it's like I left that person behind because I decided to have this growth. Man, take a
No,
seat.
like
Take a seat. Yeah.
so I'm curious, what has been the reason that you didn't grow out of a relationship? Like you knew it was time to go. You knew it was technically over. What stopped you?
Just the fear of not believing that I could have a new good thing. Like just the proximity that I had to people, the memories that I had with people, the just like the things that you naturally just human nature hold on to. I was
Mhm.
like, I don't believe that I'm gonna get like a good thing like that again. And so like I'm settling just for like the thing that we do have because it's like common and familiar.
Mhm.
And I've done that in friendships. I've done that in familial relationships. I've done it in intimate relationships because my insecurity is just like, I don't believe that I could like find or have like a new good thing,
Mhm.
or that I can even put myself out there for that again. And so
Mhm.
I get afraid and I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Okay, see that makes sense because I think for me it's the FOMO. Like it's like I don't want to miss out on everything I helped build. Like I do have and I'm talking about all the relationships, right? Like either way we're still both growing and when it comes to an intimate relationship, I'm like I put in X amount of time.
Yes.
Um are you going to take everything I taught you and be a better person for that person?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to friendship, like um one of the most important relationships or friendships that I had was like all through high school and then like beginning of adulthood. And I remember thinking like I knew it was time to go. But I was
Mm.
like, man, well, we've been friends so long. Everybody knows that we are friends and we go together, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Um but the reality is we had grown apart and
Yeah.
that's okay. But
Mm-hmm.
I think about all the time that I won't say wasted because I don't think that person is not important.
Yeah.
But all the time that I spent convincing myself that there hadn't been an end of it,
Mm-hmm.
like I could have been trying new things. I could have been exploring who I am without being attached to that person.
Yeah.
And that was hard.
And so it's kind of, I think about in these moments, especially like when like you said, we go together.
Yeah.
When people start identifying people together, it ends up getting like rooted in your identity, and you're like, wait, well,
Yeah.
I can't mess with this. Like
Mhm.
people know, and that's
Mhm.
definitely I relate to that a lot because then I'm like, well. when people start noticing that we don't go together anymore, what's the
Mhm.
repercussions of that conversation gonna look like? And,
Right.
it ends up kind of making you be like, well, I don't want to dabble in that conversation or go into
Mm-mm.
that with other people, so let me just not.
Right. And then I
Yeah.
think it goes back to what you were saying. It's like, I'm not gonna find this somewhere else because now I gotta find a new crew to kick it with, right? Or like,
Yeah.
what happened to my old routine? Like those things are hard to let go.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when you're the one that needs growth, right? Like, I think just the idea that, oh, I grew from somebody or I'm ending the relationship, that doesn't mean that you were right.
Yeah.
And I think that I struggled with not knowing that I was the wrong one. I
Yeah.
did. Like, and I'll be honest about this one. There was a friend that I had. I feel like I have examples for everything. I've lived a little,
Yes.
but there was a friend that I had, and that friend felt disrespected
Mm.
by my actions. Now, instead of me validating that friend's feelings and being like, okay, I see what I did, and I want to make you feel safe, and I want to reassure you, I was like, I was not doing that. That is not what I meant, and you know that's not what I meant. And if
Yep.
you don't believe me, I'm done.
Yep. See ya.
And I ghosted. Like I'm talking about dry cut. I was like, there's only so much trying I'm gonna do. That was pride. But I didn't talk to that person for years.
Yeah.
And I remember like after I quote unquote grew, I was like, dang, Shon, you were wrong. Like that friend had every right to address what was happening. That friend had every right to get answers. And here I am thinking like I'm the bigger person because I can cut somebody off quicker.
Right.
It's
I
like
just
it's
shortened the gap
cringe.
before you did.
Yeah, it's like right, I just beat you. I beat you to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh man, I have an example kind of like that. Very different. Mine, the one that comes to my mind is like relationally. I was with someone and he and we went together. And people knew when you see her, you see him and vice versa.
Mhm,
And we broke up and we had continued to be like in each other's lives because we were like, we gel, it's
mhm,
super dope, all the things. And I was the one who like broke us up and then we still continue to stay in each other's lives. But I had convinced myself I grew and that's why we broke up. And so I did the right thing. My arrogance, my masked arrogance said, "No, Jazzy, you did this right thing." And years later, we had a conversation about it, like years later. And
mhm.
he straight up told me, he goes, you never hurt me. You acted like I hurt you." The way that made me sit so deep in my seat because he was like, I had, apologized for things that I did and I had like really brought to the forefront and I
Mhm,
understood. Like he was like,
mhm,
yeah, we were not for each other and that's okay. Like I understand that, but you act like you never hurt me or you never did
mhm,
something to me. And I was like, "Oh, I was not
mhm.
on the growth track that I convinced my head I was on."
Dang. And that's probably hard to hear because you're like your pride did all the work before. And
Yeah.
like arrogance definitely is like it's in the moment, it's gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. But it's not like when you're faced with that type of realization, like where's the arrogance isn't like cushioning me like my fault, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what probably sucks because you're like, oh shoot, like it was me. Dang.
Yeah.
Like what
Where
is it gonna take for me to like not be that person again? Um, and then I have to think about like, does everybody deserve apology tours? Like, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
is it like, do I have to go through that again for me to learn not to do that to people?
Mhm.
You know? But like I said, I think it happens in all kind of relationships. Like there's family members that I don't feel like I'm the closest to because I think their mindset is just a little bit just not evolved. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you call it old school,
Yeah.
but because they don't, it's not that they need to agree with anything I say, but because they're not open to what's happening now, um, I can't have growth. Like I can't like I don't know. I just can't be an adult with them. I feel like there's parts of me that is
Yeah.
still a child. There are parts of me that has to just keep the level of like I'm respecting my elders, but there's no depth to the relationship,
Yeah.
right? Like if we're not talking about old memories, church, or like
It's always
my kids'
church.
birthdays, like I got nothing else for you. I don't know.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, that's such a huge indicator
Hmm.
that when all we do is sit in old memories, I
Yeah.
don't think that we need to continue to be, like, in the same circle. Not
No.
like we're
But
leaving,
just
you know what I
necessary
mean?
spaces,
Yeah,
right? Like, cause I still owe you respect. That's
yeah,
one thing. I still owe people respect, enough respect to be cordial. Like, I'm not about to bend over backwards.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Family is, the one that's super, super tough for me because
Hmm.
I think that like the moment that I realized I was outgrowing some family members, it was validating to me that I was really, really like, I'm listening closely to like what I
Hmm.
need in my life.
Yeah.
And that was something that was really refreshing for me. But that is the space that is the hardest for me. Whether I'm like, I need to have closure with this person, does a sorry need to come into play? Do we just ghost each other and just like mind our own business and like happy holiday and keep it pushing? Like, I think I definitely bring that complex of like, I am up here and you were down here because you wanted to stay like in this,
Yeah.
arena of your life. And
It's
I'm like,
very easy.
it's so
It's so
easy.
easy.
And it's even easier because you're like, I'm leaving and I love you because we're family. Like that is like the statement that we could put over it because I'm like,
Hmm.
no, you're I love you. See ya. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, and then I think that I have to ask myself, and like I wonder what you feel is like, what exactly makes you feel like you grew from somebody? Like, is it situational? Is it a feeling? Is it like a moment in time? What does it take? Like, are we like so dead set on one action?
Mm,
Because I also think, I could take it here, but like I also think that there are things that are happening even today where we're changing relationships with longtime friends because of just political craziness, right?
you're in my brain
And
right now.
so and that's the thing is like that's a real thing. Like
Yeah.
I used to back when I like could first vote,
Yeah.
I used to feel like it's just a vote,
Mhm.
right? Like it's, we can be friends.
Mhm.
And then when things started to get heavy as I got older, and I got kids and I'm paying taxes, like I was like, oh wait.
Messing with my money now,
Get a
okay?
little bit more serious.
Yeah.
And so I would have these like heavy conversations, and I'm like, man, this didn't used to be this serious. Or it just could be my ignorance, just because I was young and I didn't understand what entirely was affected when you made, had different political opinions.
Yeah.
And social network wasn't what it was, right? So I
Right.
say all that to say, um, now I'm looking at the value of relationship with like triggers. What would make me grow from somebody? What do you have to say for me to be like, I'm definitely not at this level of relationship with you anymore? What do you have to do? What can I witness and forgive or not forgive?
Yeah.
Right. And like,
Yeah.
what are my non negotiables? So like
Yeah.
that's a constant. And I feel like if I sit in that, everybody getting blocked. Everybody could go.
You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
So I know I can't just like put a hate list on everybody,
Yeah.
but there are non-negotiables that I have. And a lot of them are about opinions on what's happening in our world today.
Yeah.
Um, and then I know I'm wrapping up my rant because I want to hear you,
No, this
but
is good.
it's like if it's not about some like political opinion that affects essentially my culture and
Yeah.
how I would be treated in public or
Yep.
not in public,
Yep.
then it's got to be about race or like somebody treating kids badly. Like that to me, those all sit up here. We can
Yeah.
actually have different religious beliefs. Like that to me, we can figure that out. I love having conversations with people that have different religious beliefs. Like I think
Mhm.
that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But political stuff where it just gets too crazy, race. And if you like mistreating kids or you got opinions on kids that you know what I mean? Where I'm like, they can't protect themselves. Let me keep my roommates over here.
Right.
You ain't gotta worry about mine. Like
No.
you good. You don't need to be
You
like
think
that's
it's a basic standard for a lot of people.
right. Right.
Yeah.
But those are my antennas.
Those are really good. You're like, that's great. You're so in my head right now. Like we are always
Tell
long
me
distance,
more.
but still locked in. I mean, what you said relates. I don't have kids, but I have people in my life who have kids I love so deeply. And so that really does inform a lot of my life. I will say, you know, when you mention like a feeling, I have this feeling when I start feeling like an outsider in spaces, that is a trigger for me that says, okay, we got to evaluate. Like,
Mm.
I have friends that I've been friends with for a long time, and I realized the moment that I started feeling like an outsider with them, I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be here anymore."
Like what? What no,
Like,
say more.
yeah, like, I mean, I
It's
have
like
like, you're like, "Hold on, wait a
explain.
second, don't
'Cause not
tell
me being
me anymore."
defensive for you and then
No.
take
This is
their names. I'm
you
just
are
kidding. Just
defensive
kidding.
for me, and I love
I
you for
am.
that. You know, I'm very grateful. I have had friends for a very long time, and but also that has been my Achilles heel as well because I very much operated in that like we have the memories, we have history,
Mhm.
you know, my family, I know your family, you know, you fill in the blank. People understand the
Yeah.
water, right? And I have been friends with like groups of women that spend so much time together, and my life has moved a lot.
Yeah,
Like, I've
yeah.
moved to different states, I've moved to different cities, I've started different things. I'm also the last of my friends to get married, to have kids. I've mentioned this in previous episodes, and I'm
Mhm.
okay with that. Like, I very much still show up for my people, all
Mhm.
with my life looking very different from them. But I've been in certain groups of friends where I start being like, "Oh, I don't get the invite anymore. Oh, everybody has this like cool thing that they're doing, but I didn't. But still, I'm like kind of in the
Aw.
conversation, but not really." And that for me was a moment that I was like, let me stop because I'm starting to feel like the outsider. And so that makes
Yeah.
me go, you have to rethink this. Doesn't mean that those people don't care about me. Doesn't mean that, you know, our memories are not important and we've had like
Mhm.
really good, you know, moments in life together. But that immediately tells me you might need to leave. And that's okay.
Can I comment on that?
Yes.
I love you. I think that seeing how you see it is so important because I stand on either side, but I approach it differently than maybe it's been addressed for you, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand a group of people saying, hey, these people are all parents, or these people are all, they have office jobs in the same building. I don't know. Like they have
Yeah.
these all similarities. I can see them saying, well, this is convenient because we have more in common. But never in a space am I like, well, let's exclude the person that doesn't have the thing. It's more like pull them in closer. And matter of fact, we might overwhelm them with the drama. And matter of fact, she might delete herself because she's tired of hearing about diaper rash.
Right,
Okay.
right, right.
Right. And so I can understand like, you know, ganging up with people that have the similarities where I think that I understand you is like, that doesn't mean I don't want to hear about it. That doesn't mean I don't want to be a part of it. And that would also make me feel like, okay, are y'all exclusive? Y'all got another group chat outside this?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm picking it up. I just wanted to I get it.
No, that's it's so good. And you know, my lower self is like petty. I want to leave the group chat. I don't like that's truly like if y'all really want to know my feelings, that's what it is.
This is
Yeah.
like right.
Um
I feel you, dog.
yeah, but I understand I cuz I do. I understand the other side of it. Like I love my life. I think I have a really beautiful life and I'm grateful for that.
Mhm.
But I can see how that is like I'm going to lean on convenience because some people just need to do that in their lives. I've done it in my
Yeah.
life. So I'm like, yeah, I get it.
And that's a
Um
growth. That's an idea for you that you're like, okay, I'm growing separately. Like I'm growing in a different direction.
Yep. Yeah, and we could be parallel paths. So I might see you
Mhm.
like just from this lane, and you're over here. Cool.
Mhm.
How you doing? That's definitely the energy that I bring. I would say another one for me that you had mentioned was I am also deep in like political conversations, and I think all of us should be.
Yeah.
Like, not to make this episode political, because I know that's not what we're going for, but I
Mhm.
think as I have gotten older, I'm really grateful that I do have people in my lives who are willing to have those conversations, because,
Mhm.
when you're like in your early 20s, ignorance is bliss. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, da 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 da. And then when life really starts setting in, you're like, oh, shoot. Like,
Yeah.
what are the people that I am surrounded by, who will be around my husband, who will be around my kids, who will be around my other friends too? Because I'm like, I love
Mhm.
interpollination. It doesn't always
Mhm.
work, but I think that it's cool. But you have
Mhm.
to start thinking about these things of like, okay, if I bring this group of friends over with this group of friends, but I haven't like had these like types of conversations, you might
So this
be
is gonna be fun.
exactly, and maybe that's what we're going for. Who knows? But that's one that I know I really have at this point in my life had to think about as I'm like, on this growth track, or maybe not, because I've also like been in those conversations where I'm like, oh, this person is really growing and being really thoughtful in this, and I'm not. Am I willing to meet this
Mhm.
person there?
Wow. No, that's actually really good, to have that awareness and observe that somebody is growing either away from you or it's motivating you to grow with them.
Yeah.
And I mean, essentially, I think that's what I would want in any relationship, whether it's about self growth, political awareness,
Hmm.
um, just anything, right? Like just the value of the relationship. I
Yeah.
would want there to be, okay, I see you making steps. I want to make those steps with you
Yeah.
rather than like we just like break apart. I mean, a lot of times, like I said, we want to bring those people with us.
Yeah.
Um, but I get what you're saying about merging like families and friends and having different political and here's the thing, it's really about the things that are being attached to politics that people aren't understanding affects me and you personally.
Yeah.
That's really what it's like. We can't afford to be oblivious. And I think what I'm seeing is like people are getting upset when people feel like they've grown out of a relationship or they like are detaching from groups of people
Yeah.
because of a political decision. It's it's affecting my livelihood. Okay.
Yeah.
Not just my money.
Yep.
It's affecting the way I have to move up and down the street. Like it's a big deal. And so that's the kind of stuff I look at. I'm like, that is worth like sacrificing a relationship.
Yeah.
Like you can't convince me that I'm being petty for cutting somebody off,
Yes.
for agreeing with somebody that my life isn't important. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And
Yes.
so so I get it. But all in all, like growing from anybody shouldn't necessarily be a negative thing. I think it's just
Yeah.
obviously how you do it, how you
Yep.
move about. But I would hope that it's for the better. I would hope that it's like don't do don't do what I have struggled with is like just disappear on folks. Like that's not
Mhm.
it's not healthy.
No. And
That's not
no,
healthy.
because
My therapist agrees.
yeah.
It's just not.
Hey, shout out to the therapist.
I know. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I those moments, because I am also notorious for that, and you know me, I am Miss Independent, so I'm like,
Mhm.
"Bye, see y'all later." But then when you get into like the real of like when I'm sending you text or Marco Polo, I'm like, I'm really sad because I'm sitting and I'm stirring with it. I made the
Mhm.
decision to ghost you, and now I'm just like sitting in it and I'm really sad. Like that's not helpful for nobody.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I'm
There's something else that I wanted to quickly mention,
yeah,
that I was thinking about is this is like so bad when you say it out loud, but
say it.
lately I have been like asking myself, do you care what this person has to say anymore?
Story of
Like,
my life. Oh, tell me. Yes. Yeah. Tell me.
I there's so much of like growth that I believe is romanticized. There's so much to closure that I believe is romanticized as well. But really, when we get sometimes to the real of it, do you even care what that person has to say? And do you care about their influence in their life anymore? Yes or no? Like, it's kind of as simple as that. Like,
Yes.
I think I'm just in the
Yes, it's
moment.
as simple as that. No, I don't care. Go ahead.
Right.
Like I was like, let me make sure it's clear.
Yes, I do not care. Um, because there are people have had influence in your life, and whether that's, what do we say, intimate partners, family, friendships,
Mhm.
those are people who are typically in your, close proximity. It is easy to
Mhm.
not care about what your coworker says. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, mind your whole business. But um I really have had to like take myself to that extreme, because I have noticed that when I know that I'm outgrowing someone, is that you still feel like you have a heavy hand
Mm,
in decision making and considerations that I need to
mhm.
take with, just big things. And
Yeah.
when I quickly go in my head, okay, like just kind of the Kanye shrug,
Mhm.
that's where I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta get up out of here, or we just need to.
Yeah.
I need to negotiate what this relationships look like for me. Like, because we could be fun friends, we could be like,
Yeah.
casual. We see you at family outings. Some people are like, if you got a situationship, we could be a situationship. I'm not trying to be your real life partner.
Yeah.
I Whatever people decide, but I think that is something that I really have like come to a very deep conclusion with. Do I care or do I not?
When did you start asking yourself this? Because I have things. What
Probably a
age?
year ago.
Okay, okay, okay. So the 30s, see? You
Yes.
see? Look, hey, I'm telling you, these 30s will do something to you because I agree. Like, I I still sleep great at night. Now, like I said, I think I was talking about this before. I have before I do anything, I've already thought about it 3 steps ahead. I've thought of
Yeah.
the worst case scenario. I've thought of the best case scenario. So you can't surprise me. I might be disappointed, won't be
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
Um, so I am like that. I'm like, I can't care what you think. Not that I
Yeah.
don't, I can't because I can't afford to spend that much time on how your mind works when it's upset with me.
Yes.
You get
That's
what I'm
so good.
saying? And what did the beautiful Chrisette Michelle say? Blame it on me. Say it's my fault as long as it's over. Like I'm okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, but that's me knowing like I didn't just come in and wreck you. I said what I needed to say. I tried, and I'd like to think I'm a decent communicator.
Yeah.
So like you're not confused. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, but yeah, like I can't hang on to that.
Yeah.
And I heard someone say before, like closure is it's not for the other person, it's for you, like which is selfish.
Yeah.
Like if I'm almost like if I'm seeking, if a person doesn't want to deal with me anymore or I'm done with this person, but I want to seek them for closure, I'm looking for reassurance for me.
Yeah.
I'm looking for satisfaction for something I might have done that I could have done better.
Mhm.
They don't necessarily need that. Now, if they need it, that's a whole other thing. But like
Yeah.
when I think about going back and trying to get feedback from somebody, what did I do wrong and what could I have done better? That's for me.
Yeah.
No, sit in your discomfort,
Yep.
deal with it, and go. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? If that's some confusion you have, make it clear to the next person, right?
Yep.
But I can see how that has it's not necessary. So no, I don't care what monster you've made me out to be. Um, and I can't be mad if like there's never any, like I said, closure or whatever. Let's just
Definitely.
just grow in different directions.
For sure. And maybe I think about this too. Maybe both of you knew that you needed it, but both of you were afraid to actually do it. And so sometimes, like when both of you take a step back, it could be
Mm.
healthy for the both, like, for two people.
Mhm.
Like I think that that's my optimist that's trying to talk that
Yeah.
she don't always come out, but like, I think that that is to be true. Like just
Mhm.
conversations that I've had with friends or people, in my life of like, yeah, we just like kind of drifted, but I know that both of us are good because when we see each other, it's like, hi, how are you doing? But we move
Mhm.
on. We don't have this awkward, like, we should catch up. Like, let's like go hang out.
Mhm.
Like, we're both just very like, check.
Yeah.
It was nice to see you. Let's move on.
Yeah. No, I get that. There are probably very few people in my life that I have. Well, with you, I have a petty pact. Me, you, and me and you have a different petty pact. Me and CM have one. But ours, me and yours, is to the grave.
Yes.
But there are very few people in my life, and I've like told that I've said this. Like, you have to do some wild junk for me to like cut you off.
Yeah.
because I've spent life with you and I've seen your intentions and I know how you're operating.
Yeah.
You would have to like be declared psychotic for me to be like, yeah, get away.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about you like over and over doing things to hurt me. I'm just saying it's got to be some wild random act of like craziness for me to be like, all
Yeah.
right, take Jasmine off the emergency security.
Right. She is no
take
longer an
take
emergency
her off the
contact, y'all.
insurance, right? You know what I mean? But so yeah, I think we all have those people that were like, no, we're gonna grow together. Like
Yeah.
you're in this. But to the rest of y'all, everybody this close. Everybody, what is you remember the Hercules movie, the Disney one, when those like three witches were cutting the live strings?
They said,
That's what I feel like. It's like
"Boom." Yes. So good.
that
So good.
quick.
Yes.
I will end an era. I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right? I think we're not condoning like go
Yeah.
ghost everybody and cut everybody off. Like, no,
No,
we
that's
we
just
we saw what cancel culture did to everybody. Nobody's okay. Like, we get that, but we are encouraging, like, go through your inventory, like, be for
mm-hmm,
real with yourself, and like ask yourself those questions and recognize, like,
mm-hmm,
you can really miss something so deeply,
mm-hmm.
no, while knowing that you step beyond it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not for you anymore, and that's good. Like, that's a good thing, and you can hold
Mm-hmm,
on to those, like, really, like, beautiful memories because 'cause you're not abandoning it. You're carrying the good
mm-hmm.
parts forward, and you're leaving the bad parts behind.
Right. Okay. We get it. Like we grew from these relationships. But I guess like I'm having to remember like what happens next. Like
Mm,
when you grow from somebody, when you grow out of a relationship, you're ending something big. What are you doing with that? Like, did you just unnecessarily like change everything? Did you do it for the better? Or are you actually taking that lesson with you
yeah.
and applying it to a healthy relationship going forward? Are you taking note and seeing what you did wrong, and growing from that? Like, I don't think it's healthy or safe to just be like, I grew from you, I grew out of you, and I grew out of you, and
Right.
now I'm just so grown. No, like what happened?
Yeah.
Because we can't go around wrecking every relationship for the sake of feeling like we are better than everybody or we outgrew, everybody. I mean, if that's your prerogative, cool. But my thing is like, if you're gonna shake something up, take notes,
Yeah.
make it worth it, bring that information into the next, situation or relationship and actually apply it for a healthier version of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. That's so good. I agree with so much of what you said. And I think, addition to that, what I have practiced for myself is the things that I have learned, or in taking it into with people that I want to grow and actually vocalizing it to them. Like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I do this and I'll ghost you, and I will probably make our relationship fall off. Like, I have
Yeah.
to say those things to people that I know that I want to grow with, because I think it's super helpful. And
That
also,
warning, huh?
yeah, it's the warning. Like, my disclaimer, like, board that I probably should make when I'm like, "Hi, I'm Jasmine." When, as I was talking with, I can't find a new good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as I'm trying to find a good thing, I'm about to have like a little sign that
Mm-hmm.
says like, "Hi, I'm Jasmine, and so this is what I do
Yeah.
when I'm scared and I feel like you're about to abandon me. So let's,
Retreat, retreat.
retreat." Yeah, but I think that's just like my one thing that I would say, like, as you are taking inventory and thinking about the things that you had previously learned or maybe blew up, and you're like, dang, regret that, but I did it,
Mhm.
and there is no reconciliation happening. Like, bring those things forward for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, once again, we hope you enjoyed listening to our chaos and how we actually, show up for each other when we're thinking about just relationship status and mental health and things like
Yeah.
that. We would love to hear your thoughts and how you handle growing out of relationships and what that does for your self growth. And happy Monday. And
Happy
we'll see you guys
Monday.
next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.